Have you ever imagined how far a little kitten could go just to bring a bit of comfort to someone they love? This is the incredible mission of Fluffy, a tiny hero with a heart bigger than the world. Fluffy was more than just a cat. He was a loyal friend, the kind of companion who always knew when Sophia needed a cuddle or a comforting gaze. But lately, he had noticed something that left him unsettled. Sophia, his beloved human, wasn't sleeping well. Every night, she seemed to struggle with exhaustion, shifting positions, adjusting the old pillow that was clearly no longer as comfortable as it once was. Fluffy watched everything closely. His spot was at the foot of the bed, where he could monitor Sophia's every move. He could hear her weary sighs, and it affected him in ways he didn't fully understand. He knew he had to do something, but what? That small, worn-out pillow next to Sophia seemed to be the problem. Then, like a spark in his mind, an idea took shape. He would bring Sophia the most perfect pillow in the world, no matter what it took. Fluffy was not the kind of cat to give up. He had something special that not everyone noticed at first glance. A quiet but relentless determination. And it was with this determination that he made his decision, gazing at the open window where the morning light poured into the room. Out there was a vast and unknown world, full of possibilities. And somehow, he knew the solution to Sophia's problem was waiting out there, ready to be discovered. The next morning, Fluffy knew time was ticking, and that Sophia needed him now more than ever. When she left for work, he saw his chance. He slipped through the slightly open window and jumped into the outside world, determined to find the perfect pillow. The world outside was much bigger than Fluffy had imagined. The streets were filled with new sounds and smells, and the fresh morning air gave him a surge of adrenaline. He walked with steady steps, his little paws making a soft tap against the ground. Fluffy knew he couldn't waste time. Every second was important. But as he moved further from the safety of home, the reality of what he was doing started to sink in. Soon, he arrived at the local market, where the scent of fresh fish and newly baked bread filled the air. Fluffy paused for a moment to catch his breath and get his bearings. He knew the first step was to find something to guide him in the right direction. Not far from there, in the center of the square, a group of pigeons gathered, noisy and full of energy. They were known for being mischievous, loving to cause trouble, and block the path of anyone who dared to approach. "You think you can pass by here, little one?" taunted Greg, the lead pigeon, with a mocking laugh. He had a habit of trying to intimidate anyone who crossed his path. Fluffy, who had been focused on his mission, paused for a moment. He observed the pigeons and decided that he didn't have time for a fight. But he couldn't just turn back either. Fluffy took a deep breath and braced himself. If he wanted to reach his goal, he would have to use his cunning. Without giving them a chance for more taunts, Fluffy did what he knew best. He moved with grace and speed. He hid behind a pile of fruit boxes, slipping through the gaps with the agility of a cat. The group of pigeons tried to follow him, but Fluffy was quick. He ran toward the market, confidently crossing the path of the stalls. When he finally reached the fabric store, his heart raced with excitement. He looked at the upholstery, where piles of cushions and pillows were scattered, each one more inviting than the last. But Fluffy wasn't there to choose the prettiest one. He was there to find the perfect pillow for Sophia. Something soft, cozy, and with the power to give her a peaceful night's sleep. He spotted one pillow in particular, a light blue one with cute cloud designs, and felt that maybe this was where he would find the answer. But something inside Fluffy told him it wasn't enough. It couldn't just be a pretty pillow. He wanted something magical. Something that would make Sophia feel completely at peace. Something with the power to touch her heart and finally give her the rest she deserved. Fluffy knew his mission was just beginning, and many challenges still lay ahead. What he didn't know was that the real magic was beyond what his eyes could see at that moment. It's turning into a really cool story, isn't it? Leave a comment and let me know what you think. Don't worry, stay with me because the story is still going on, and there's lots of exciting stuff coming up. Fluffy didn't want to give up, but he knew that the light blue pillow wasn't enough. He wanted more. He needed something that could make Sophia smile even on the hardest days. something with the power to ensure she woke up refreshed and full of energy, just like he always saw when she smiled looking at him. He thought about all the times she ran her hand over his soft, fluffy coat and how it calmed her. Fluffy knew she deserved more than just a regular pillow, something that reflected the affection and love she always gave him. As he walked between the cushions, something peculiar happened. He heard a soft sound like rustling in the back of the store. As he approached, Fluffy saw a small wooden box on a shelf hidden behind large, bulky pillows. It was a simple box, not attracting attention at first glance, but there was something about it that seemed to promise something special. Fluffy quickly jumped up to the shelf and, with his little snout, nudged the box to the floor. The impact was enough to make it open slightly. Inside the box, something was shining. Curious, Fluffy leaned in. There was a tiny pillow inside, made of a material he had never seen before, something much softer than any other pillow in the store. It was golden in color, with a lightness that seemed to defy gravity. But the most intriguing thing of all was the scent it gave off. It was a comforting, warm aroma that brought back memories of peaceful days and nights when Sophia would embrace him tenderly. Fluffy didn't know what it was, but he felt a wave of satisfaction and comfort wash over his little body. He knew he had found what he was looking for. With the golden pillow between his paws, Fluffy jumped down to the floor and ran toward the exit of the store. He was certain this would be perfect for Sophia. But the journey back wouldn't be easy, and he would soon discover that the real mission wasn't just to find the pillow, but to protect it and bring it home. As he crossed the square again, with the pillow carefully tucked under his paws, Fluffy heard a familiar sound. The pigeons were back, and this time they were more determined than ever. Greg, the leader pigeon, appeared in front of him, blocking the way. "You think you're gonna take this away so easily, kitty?" Greg said with a mischievous grin. Not so fast. Fluffy, with his little golden pillow, felt vulnerable. He didn't want to fight, but he couldn't allow the pigeons to stop him. It was the perfect pillow, the one Sophia so desperately needed. He couldn't fail now. With a quick move, he crouched down and with a nimble leap, dashed through the square, dodging the pigeons' attacks. But the pigeons were determined. Fluffy ran as fast as he could, but as he got near the street, one of the pigeons tried to strike with its sharp beak. Fluffy dodged swiftly, but the golden pillow slipped from his paws and landed near the edge of the street. "No!" Fluffy cried, running after the pillow. The little cat leaped to grab it before it was hit by the speeding cars. He knew that if the pillow was lost, his whole mission would have been in vain. With his heart pounding, Fluffy leapt to the side of the street and, with one last effort, snatched the pillow. He was sweaty and exhausted, but he made it. He knew nothing would stop him from bringing that pillow to Sophia. He ran as fast as he could, his agile paws hitting the ground. His mind focused on one thing, making sure Sophia had a peaceful night's sleep. Finally, Fluffy arrived home. He was out of breath, but the golden pillow was safe. He climbed through the window and into Sophia's room, placing the pillow carefully on the bed. He looked at Sophia's face, which was peacefully asleep. She looked calm, but Fluffy knew that the pillow he found would improve the quality of her sleep even more. He jumped onto the bed and snuggled next to her, Taver gazing at the golden pillow. Fluffy closed his eyes, finally feeling at peace. He had completed his mission, and all he wanted now was to see Sophia smile when she woke up, knowing she would have the best sleep of her life. But that night, something unexpected happened. When Sophia woke up, she looked at the golden pillow and smiled, surprised by its softness and comfort. She placed it on her bed and before falling back asleep, looked at Fluffy, who was beside her, his eyes sparkling with happiness. "Thank you, my dear Fluffy," she murmured softly, petting the little cat. "You always know how to make me feel better." Fluffy smiled with his eyes, feeling an indescribable happiness. He knew his mission was complete. He didn't need anything more than knowing Sophia was okay. That was all he ever wanted. Hey, are you enjoying this story? That's so cool. Let's keep going, but before we do, I noticed you haven't left a like on this video yet. It's really important because that way, YouTube will keep showing you our cute kitten stories. And with that, we'll keep bringing you more exciting stories. So don't forget to leave your like, okay? Thanks. That night, Fluffy didn't know how to express the happiness he felt. He lay beside Sophia, feeling the warmth of her comforting body as she slept peacefully, hugging the golden pillow. The little cat stayed there, looking at her, his heart filled with immense peace. He had completed his mission. But more than that, he knew that, in this simple gesture, he had shown Sophia just how special she was to him. With each gentle breath from Sophia, Fluffy felt that she was more at ease, more relaxed. He remembered the previous nights when she seemed so tired and drained, and he felt grateful for having found that perfect pillow. It wasn't just a gift. It was the key to ensuring she had the restful night she truly deserved. At dawn, Sophia woke up with the sun shining through the window. She looked around and saw Fluffy, lying beside her, his eyes sparkling with joy. When she glanced at the golden pillow, her smile was immediate. "Fluffy, did you do this for me?" she whispered, gently petting the little cat. Fluffy, with a quick jump, hopped into her lap. His eyes were shining with happiness, and he rubbed his head against her hands as if to say everything was fine now. No matter what happened, he would do everything possible to ensure Sophia was always okay, always happy. Sophia looked at Fluffy, her eyes full of gratitude. She knew her little cat was special, but she never imagined how far his dedication could go. Once again, she realized the power of the bond they shared. It wasn't just a story of love between a pet and its owner, but a testament to how friendship, affection, and care truly made a difference. "You're my hero, Fluffy," she said, hugging him tightly but gently, careful not to hurt him. Fluffy closed his eyes and purred, feeling on top of the world. He knew nothing could be more important than seeing Sophia happy. As Fluffy snuggled in Sophia's arms, she looked at the golden pillow, now carefully placed beside her. It wasn't just an object, it symbolized everything he would do for her. Fluffy wasn't just a cute cat, he was her companion, her loyal friend. And he would always do his best to bring joy and comfort into her life. And with that, Fluffy closed his eyes, feeling at peace. He knew that no matter what the future held, he would always be there for Sophia. The little cat had found the perfect pillow, but more importantly, he had found the perfect place beside her, and that was all he had ever wanted. And so, with hearts full of love, Fluffy and Sophia fell asleep together, ready to face a new day with more adventures and more moments of happiness. They knew that as long as they were together, nothing else mattered. The love they shared was the greatest treasure they could have. And you, what did you think of this story? Let us know in the comments which part you liked the most and why. We're excited to hear your thoughts. If you like this story, don't forget to leave a like and tell everyone. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing adventures of our cute little cats. Comment below and tell me what you think. Your opinion is really important to us. Come join our group of cat lovers and help spread smiles and cuteness around.